Blast off.
Ooh, sorry.
I was about to start talking, but I guess not.
Do it.
Welcome to the Threesome Y'all, the podcast where the three of us are just happy to get to another year. So, if you are here for the first time, we appreciate you. And we're glad you found us. If you're back for more of this, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but we're happy for you too. And you are the real MVP. So, the sultry voice you're about to hear is, I'm sorry, I am trying to sit here and coach these damn Lions against these damn Cowboys. And so I'm just a little bit distracted. You'll have to pardon me. Sultry voice. Thank you. The sultry voice you're about to hear is our point person, our optimistic realist. It is the legendary chick that we call Star.
Legendary. I like that. Which little blip I was gonna use. So, hey out there, Happy New Year to everybody, all that good stuff.
There you go.
Word.
And the dulcet baritone, it of course belongs to our man in the middle, our voice of reason. You know, he is the man that we call Magic.
While the gay niggas are trying to fuck the straight niggas that are trying to fuck the gay bitches that look just like the straight niggas, while the straight niggas that the gay bitches are trying to look just like are trying to look just like the gay niggas, I must look like the grave diggers.
Yeah, you lost me in like the second phrase because I'm multitasking. I can't be concentrating.
Detroit's finest right there.
Anyway.
I followed.
Yeah, I was busy multitasking. Sorry, because the Lions are steady pissing me the fuck off.
Okay, by the time this comes out, no one will care.
Well, the Lions obviously don't care because they're not really playing for anything. But I need them to play for me. I need them to play for my peace of mind and me not to have to hear the annoying
so we're
ass
doing an
Cowboys
intro
fans.
to a podcast.
Oh, my bad. And bring up the rear, as always. I, of course, identify as the pragmatic contrarian of the group. My pronouns, of course, are Her Majesty and that bitch. And they call me Storm.
If you made it this far, it gets better, I swear.
I can't promise because y'all don't know the extent to which this football game is pissing me off. But fumble in the end zone.
Bought a 40. Welcome to the new year, same old people.
Yes, Lions. Okay,
we gonna mute you.
I'm sorry. What do we have? What do we have? I'm happy now. So what do we have?
Jonathan Majors has gotten fired from Disney for taking his phone back and running away from a white woman. Because they made the case out to be that he hit her and choked her or something, and he beat those charges. But because he took his phone back from her and she hit her hand when he put her back in the car before running away, that's assault.
Yeah, I don't care about none of that.
Good luck on Creed 4, my guy.
Wow.
All right, we got intro shit, or we getting straight to topics? I'm doing my Birdman hand rub in a more
Um,
heterosexual
I
way.
don't have any. Oh wow, I don't. I don't have any church announcements or anything to shout out. Happy New Year, because this will be our first episode
Episode of the
after.
year.
Yes. So happy 2024. Let's hope that 2024 is a much better year because 2023 was the ghetto.
Damn.
Life
Ghetto.
is what you make it. Anything, Star?
Well, I'm just saying. Also, if you are I'm sorry, Star, give me just a sec. Also, if you are recovering from an illness this holiday, you are not alone. There are so many people who were sick throughout the holidays, and if you were one of them, I wish you all well. Shout out to my brother who spent Christmas in the hospital. That had to suck.
Yeah. Hopefully he's doing better. Yeah, there were a lot of people sick on the holiday this year. I was like, and amazingly enough, I was one of them. Right, because
Well,
I'm
I was
usually
one of them.
Sure.
Yeah.
But shout out. Hopefully everyone is feeling better. I won't even say 2023 was the ghetto. I will say that 2023 brought on some unexpected life challenges. And what I hope for in 2021 is resolutions to some things. But what did I say? 2024? I'm sorry. I'm tired. Forgive me, audience. I am very, very sleepy. But yeah, 2024. I hope for folks to find they're happy because there's a lot of very unhappy people out here and it affects everything that they touch. And don't get me wrong, I'm not, little Mary Sunshine running around, but I'd be damned if I'm like just about to be the most bitter bitch running around spreading my misery to everybody. So what I'm hoping for folks is that they find peace and happiness in their lives. In some form.
Or at least be happy with your bitterness, because I mean,
no such thing. No such thing. Like
yes, there is. I mean, no,
at the end of the day,
I'm bitter. I'm bitter half the time, but I'm happy with it. I cracks jokes because it's funny.
Don't
At the
downplay
end of
yourself,
the day-
Star. You were the sunshiniest one on this podcast.
Yes, you are.
oh wow, that's not saying much, but
Fuck you too. Yeah.
I know that's
I'm
right.
just saying because I'm not that sunshiny.
You're wrong.
We're grading on the curve right now.
Right.
I'm not that sunny. So I ended up having
Can't
this
even
conversation.
say that with your voice.
I know,
Right.
right? I know, right? Went up a few octaves. Don't be making fun of me.
No, you know I'm gonna make fun of you all the time.
Whatever. So, it was funny. Just really fast. I had a dinner party on Saturday that let's just say some interesting things happened. And in those interesting things, well, no, I wasn't not like that. I wish. But in those interesting things, like I was kind of up half the night thinking about some things, and the next day I had stepped out for a minute where I was, and I got to talking to this older gentleman and his son, and he had this pretty great perspective. He was like, he was 75 years old, and basically, the summary of our conversation was that everybody in life, as you go along, we all start out with a backpack, an imaginary backpack, right? And those backpacks have labels on them, right? So all of our backpacks have different things in them as we collect along this journey called life. there's usually, you can very rarely find a person who hasn't had some challenges in their lives that they've collected and put in those backpacks. But the label on the outside basically is what you decide to make out of those things that have happened to you in your life, right? So if you've had a lot of challenges and despair and things like that, and you decide that you're going to wear bitter, your label is going to be bitter, okay, that's what everybody's going to see, and that's how you choose to live your life. But if you choose to take those situations and at least try to find some sort of silver lining, such as, he was like, I've known people who've lost everything in like house fires and things like that. And at the end of the day, they were just grateful that their, family and loved ones made it out. And, and they moved on, they rebuilt because they understood that, okay, you can replace just about everything in that house except for maybe some cherished heirlooms or some memories. But at the end of the day, you can't replace the humans. And just his whole perspective, like on things, was really cool because he was talking about some challenges and stuff that he's experienced out through his 70 years in his life. And he was like, listen, it's not many of us who go through this thing and come out unscathed. He was like, but your perspective determines the level of enjoyment that you'll get out of this journey. Shit's gonna happen, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? You're gonna put it in your backpack along with the other things and let your overwhelming sense of who you are be bitter, broken, complaining, whatever, or you're going to try to find some joy in your life and some happiness in your life and be cool. I was like, I appreciated
bars.
That. It was bars. And, one day I have to give an extended version of his conversation because he really dropped some pearls. However, what label? That's my question for folks going into 2024. What's your label on your backpack? You understand? You experiencing some challenges and you basically going around bitching and complaining to everybody and telling everybody this, that, and the other what has happened, or are you that person to just be grateful that you still have breath in your body and that you can make things better going forward? What you doing?
Do something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm a bag lady, but my label is snark. I don't know. I try real hard.
Nothing out of that. You just got nothing out of that, huh?
No, I got a lot out of that. I'm just saying. I try really hard not to complain to people because, by and large,
they don't
people
give a fuck.
don't give a. Exactly. So, what you complaining to people for? Like, what?
People don't care, and you end up bringing down the mood of a lot of things with all that complaining and bitch whining and moaning. It's like,
exactly. And then people don't want to be around you. Well, not that I want to be around people anyway, but I'm just saying people don't want to be around you when you're that person. So don't be that person. Yeah.
Word.
And that's not to say don't tell people when you're having challenges.
Yeah, but don't telling everybody.
They get paid.
Well, my thing is, if you're just going to whine about your situation and you're going to do nothing to change it, improve it,
shut the fuck up.
Then, yeah, then you're just going to annoy me eventually. So, because I'm only going to listen to so much of that.
All right, let's get on with the fuckery. I found it funny since we started this podcast that at least on Spotify, it's listed as a relationship podcast because what the fuck? But let's attempt to help some people out. The first one,
really
near and dear to my heart. If you actually have feelings for somebody, is it worse to be friend zoned or fuck zoned? love this awkward silence.
Oh, that's deep. Because I'm trying to think.
Friend zoner.
Yeah, I would.
I guess it depends on your makeup. It depends on your makeup because for some people, being fuck zone is
Nope.
going to intensify whatever that you're feeling for that person.
Yeah, fuck zoned is worse because it gives you a false sense of there might be something more to be gained from it.
Yeah.
I think friend zoned, or at least with me, it's pretty clear. There's no, yeah.
Yeah. What they do.
Question though.
Yeah.
That's why I threw in the variable of actually liking the person, because that changes it.
Well, that's the only reason why it would matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Friend zone, I mean, yeah. It's difficult too, but definitely for most, I believe, not as hard as fuck zone. Because it's like you're getting
Right,
a piece of what it is that you want, not the whole thing.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because with friend zone, at least there's a clear boundary.
Yeah.
Women just be thinking different. Interesting.
What say you?
Awesome.
Right.
Honestly, I'd rather be fuck zoned because I'm an arrogant asshole and I figure I can fuck some myself. Well, I could fuck someone into liking me more than they actually do.
And that is exactly what I just said.
Yeah.
Because the fuck zone makes you believe that you can change your situation. It makes you believe, usually falsely, that that your situation could change.
Become more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I don't really do New Year's resolutions, but in 2024, I vowed to myself, to my homegirls, I'm not your psychiatrist no more. Stop it. Neither here nor there. Anyway, I heard another quote that men fall in love with what they see and women fall in love with what they hear. Why is that right or wrong?
Well, first of all, it's wrong because men swear women don't listen. So
I know.
I don't understand how that could be a thing.
I think it's more of selective hearing.
Okay.
You could tell a chick, hey, I'm not trying to turn this into a relationship. We just cool and we just fucking. And somehow that went in her head like, nah, I'm going to change him.
I'm sorry, but you can tell a man the exact same thing. And in his mind.
Sure, I just never tried to fuck a dude, but probably.
Well, I'm just saying. And in his mind, he's like, well, I can fuck you into changing your mind.
I was just getting ready to say that.
Listen,
so,
fellas, if you're not me, it can't happen.
Get it.
Another side note from my homegirls, I'm not your fucking consolation prize. Just because you've been fucking raggedy niggas your whole life and 4 out of 5 of your baby daddies is locked up together, suddenly my practical ass is cute. Keep shit going another direction. It ain't me.
Wow, you seem to be getting a lot off your chest today.
It's a new year, time for some new shit.
I guess.
Oh, that was pretty good.
But for the record, if my therapist is busy, I'm still calling you.
Look, he ain't saying nothing.
I'm retired.
That's because he knows I will. His words will definitely not stop me from dialing his number if I need to.
I'm offering no solutions. My only advice for the rest of the year is bust a nut.
Hence what he said.
How is that different from your usual advice?
I don't know what my usual advice is. I've been trying to be helpful my whole life, and look where that's got me.
Have you? Have you though?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I don't call you for solutions.
Dr.
I
Phil
call
Olabonya
you for
over here.
I call you for entertainment. So there's that.
We do a podcast every week.
Now,
It ain't the same.
Okay.
Also,
She just called you a cock block star.
that is not what I said. That is definitely not what I said.
Paraphrasing.
Clearly.
that's funny.
Are we still on topic? We be ranting, people. Sorry. So,
Okay.
I seen another thing on the internet, which I didn't bother to test if it was true or not. But apparently, according to Twitter, X, whomever, there's a marriage test in Namibia where before the couple get married, they have the groom sit down and the sisters and friends of the wife give him lap dances. And if he gets hard, then he's not prepared for marriage. Is this fair?
I've seen that on the internet too. I don't know if it's true, but if it is, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Facts.
It just is.
Yeah, I can't believe they try to.
And let me say this: if your sisters, if they're not, if they don't look like the bottom of your shoe, and they're grinding on your dude and he doesn't get hard, you should not marry him because he's gay. So there's that.
Okay, if your friends look like Precious and they grinding, he gonna get a semi.
Right.
Well, he might
If
get a
he's
full
functional.
on. I was gonna say he may be into Precious. You don't know. People, everybody's different.
I don't Gary say how did Precious become the new Grace Jones? That used to be the crack. Like anybody that was ugly or undesirable is like,
For the
Grace
record,
Jones.
I would fuck Precious before Grace Jones. I don't trust skinny bitches.
Also, Grace Jones would toss you around like a rag.
I don't see that happening, but I'm sure she'd try.
Okay.
Especially back in the day.
Right.
I saw Conan, I know.
I feel like if Grace Jones wants to fuck you, you fucking Grace Jones. Whether you, you know what I mean? Like I just feel like that's a thing.
I've done worse on better days.
I believe you.
Back in my backslide days, long time ago.
So last week.
No, I'm a faithful black man, mind you. Slow it down.
Okay. You ain't got to convince me.
Good for you. Stay that way.
I'm trying.
Mm-hmm.
She act right.
Because it's about how she acts. Right. Okay.
Yes.
It's not.
Not for most men.
Right.
As long as I'm delving into personal life. I'm to the point now where I need an emotional connection to be fully into sex. Like I'm not going front. After I got divorced, I had attempted to have a quick little hoe phase and it's just whack at this point. Plus I don't like wearing protection. So yeah, I need somebody I'm actually into and can see a future with to work to my full potential.
Okay.
Okay.
Aww.
But you might get one night anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't have those hang-ups. So
It's because you need to feel the
whatever.
love, my sister.
Listen,
Okay.
that's been me always. Like, if I don't have any kind of like emotional connection, you're not getting the best of me. I mean, it's just one of them things. Like, if I'm, yeah, you're not getting the best of me.
You know what? I
No, I
never
mean
thought
I
about
have
how
to
much I
like
hate that
you.
phrase. Is that the best of you?
The best of
Well,
me.
I
Well,
like that. I like that song. For the record,
yeah,
shout out to Kiera. Um, but yeah, I don't have to have an emotional connection, but I do have to like you.
Yeah, I don't have to. It just
So
affects the quality a lot.
no, I have to like you because if I don't like you, I'm gonna fight you, and that.
What we
You be
gotta
trying to fight
fight?
people you like.
Yeah, but that's a fun fight, not a I'm gonna hurt you fight. But no, I'm saying if I'm going to have sex with somebody, it has to be somebody I like. I don't necessarily have to have an emotional connection with that person at the time, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I mean, I also get bored quickly. So there's that.
Star.
Please repeat the question.
It's not necessarily a
Question.
question. It's just
Right.
all right. We'll move on to
No,
the next
she
thing.
had already said, yeah,
Well,
she had
now
already
are we still
said
talking
that.
about the emotional connection? Like, yeah, no,
Mm.
that's always been
Yeah,
me. That's all.
yeah,
I,
that's what I'm
that's
saying.
always been me. You're not
You said
getting.
you've always been that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
not
it
getting
adds
my
to the
full out.
quality.
I'm not going full out on somebody who I'm just messing around with to get one off. Like,
I
uh,
don't know.
first of
Selfish.
all, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If this is not a dude that like I'm thinking about building something with or interested in investing in, it's been my experience that I have trouble shaking dudes just from half assing it. And then I'm gonna give it to you
Right.
all. And no.
Well, yeah, well, not just that. I feel like with me, if it's a guy that I actually like, then I'm probably going to be a little more reserved. I'm going to be a little more reserved because I don't want to scare anybody that I like. Let's put it that way.
What do you mean scare them?
Oh, that's a whole we won't go there.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. See, he understands. I
What?
don't want to scare
Yeah.
somebody.
But
I
I
don't
don't
want to
know.
scare
I was
somebody I
thinking
actually like.
you pulling all the tricks out the bag. That might be the thing. Like, damn, she with it. But maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Nope. Be
Yeah.
memorable every time.
Oh well, I'm gonna be memorable.
Yeah, I ain't at least get it that far, but shit.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
Okay.
there are certain things that I am not going to delve into if it's somebody that I really like until later because yeah, I don't want you to be scared.
Ooh. Okay. Nah, fuck that. What are certain things? Because I remember when we were younger, chicks used to be like, oh, I'm not going to do this, this, and that until I'm married. Or they'll do some freak stuff with a jump off for the night, but they ain't going to do that with somebody that they actually care for. And that's the most backwards logic on earth for me.
It does seem backwards, but I mean, it I don't know. It That's just the way it is.
And people
It's the
wonder
way
why.
it is.
This is why cheating seems logical.
I don't know how we got there, but sure. I mean, I don't.
How's it? I'm not going down this road. Good luck with whatever you're doing, but make it the best for whoever you're with at that point in time. I don't know why you would hold back anything ever. That doesn't even make sense to me, but people be trying to put
because
forth
men
an
are weird.
image.
Because men are funny.
You like, yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
Spit it
because
out.
men are funny. Men like to
weird.
say, yes, they are weird. They say something, but then, yeah.
You're being
Men
vague.
are
Get
weird.
to it.
Because y'all can't handle the truth half the time. That's why. Y'all have
That
a
part I
hard
can
time
believe.
handling
Oh,
truth.
full on, 100%. Like again,
Yeah.
if it's not somebody that I'm not trying to keep around, I'm not about to give them the whole package. It's like, no, it's like I can't stop the text and the freaking phone calls and just going
Well,
half out.
my thing is,
Like, what the hell?
my
No.
thing with men is that y'all ego is so strong, and then your mind starts playing tricks with you, and
Egos are
it can't
fragile as
just
fuck.
be as fuck. That's what I'm saying. So it can't just be we're doing this cool thing together. It has to be, oh, who the hell else you been doing this thing with? And then it gets to be a thing. So that's why. Because y'all can't have nothing nice. That's why. We can't have nothing nice with y'all. That's why.
I think it is a problem in men in general that we tend to look at women as a possession. Like, okay, I got the nice car, I
Yes.
got the nice jewelry, I got the nice rims,
Correct.
and I got the fly bitch. Like, nah, that's not your property. That's a person that has feelings, thoughts, and ideas that may be similar or different than yours. Yeah, a lot of men fall into that trap. The first time a chick
Correct.
told me,
I mean,
like,
and-
yeah,
and-
we
and-
just fucking don't take it too serious, I was like, I'm me, but yeah, it's humbling. But at what, late
Yeah.
20s, you should have figured that out. But yeah, I know a lot of grown men that still think they own some chick. Like, no, she's community
Well,
property.
I mean, and to be fair, that's a problem with society at large, where, like, that's my man,
yeah. Mm-mm.
that's my chick, no. Human beings have their own agency, and you cannot control them. And the sooner you figure that out, probably the happier you'll be in life.
The better
But,
you'll be.
Yeah.
We're so helpful on relationships. This is a great fucking podcast.
We're so not. Yeah. What else you got?
So when I was younger, back in the late teens, early 20s, between high school and going to the club, I had a thing in my head where if you go out and let's say it's 100 men and 100 women, it'll be 80% of the men chasing the same 10% of the women and 80% of the women chasing the same 10% of the men. And at this point, many, many, many years later, I look at the internet, Twitter, Lord, X, whatever, and there's all of these things about people talking about what they want in a relationship and what the fuck they ain't gonna do. Is there, and I'm putting this on men and women, a realistic self-analysis to where you really think this fictional person that doesn't exist should be into you?
Okay.
I know that sounded complicated.
Yeah, bring it down. Make it simple.
Like, you'll see, I don't want to pick on women, but fuck it, it's there. You'll see a woman online like, oh, I need a guy that's 6'7", makes seven figures a year, drives this. I'm not going on a date unless it's these places. He needs to fly me out. And I'm like,
for a minute, I
you
thought
ain't
that
the
was about to be a
flyest piece
personal
of
attack, but
huh?
I said for a second I thought this was going to be a personal attack, but then
No, it's never a personal attack.
went
It's
further.
all love. We work together. But yeah, I always found stuff like that funny, and even guys think they deserve some Sarah Bartman plastic surgery version looking chick that
No
just is
idea who
willing to
that
do
is,
any and
but
everything because he's him. And it's like, dude, you live with your mother in your 40s. Like, calm down.
right.
Also,
You
the
talking
internet has
about
led y'all to
hydroxy?
believe y'all have better options than you do. You really don't. Humble yourself.
What'd you say,
Yeah,
Star?
that's funny. I was gonna say look up Hottentot Venus so you can find out who Sarah Bartman is. But
Uh,
anywho, um, yeah, we should have her on. I have a friend who she wrote a relationship book, and the book is not bad overall. It's just not a bad relationship book. It encourages accountability and things like that. But there is this like thing that she has about guys need to be at this level before she even considers like dating them, right? They need to be able to provide certain things for her because this is what she's used to. And for somebody like her, I would say, okay, that's she could get it, and she's gotten it. You understand what I'm saying? She's pretty lady, educated, whatever, whatever. But there are a lot of women who share that same philosophy, and probably a lot of women who would be reading her book. Like yeah, he got to be able to do it, and it's like, dude, you don't look like the person who wrote this book or
You
who's
live in
giving
a
it
trailer
out.
park.
Right. And you're right. You don't have the resources. You just you're not living like they are. Like, no. I think it's very unrealistic to go and expect for a guy to basically, or anybody, like even if it's a man wanting a woman or whatever, wanting just a partner, but to expect anybody to just upgrade your life several
I
levels.
agree.
You understand what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
Like,
Yeah. Show job.
Yeah.
I just think I think it's unrealistic. I think it keeps a lot of people single. Um,
Which also is not a bad thing.
I mean,
By the way.
but we're talking about people who desire to be in
There's a
relationship.
difference between alone and lonely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, just because you desire to be in a relationship doesn't mean you should be. There
No.
are a lot of people
That's the
who need
biggest
to be
one.
single.
Yes. And I don't disagree with that. Yeah, I don't know. It does the pretty woman scenario happen for some people? Yeah, it does. But the reality of things is the chances of that happening is probably the same odds as you getting drafted into the NFL or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
I guess my thing is, I understand not wanting to be in a relationship with someone who's going to drag you down. But I also don't understand the expectation that you need to be elevated. If you want to be elevated, elevate yourself. Like to
Yes.
me, a partner should be someone who compliments me, not somebody who I rely on, and not definitely not somebody who's going to rely on me. I'm talking strictly financially here.
Broke people need love too,
Um,
Storm.
yeah, and they should go find other broke people to be in love with. Yes,
Right?
uh,
Build together.
because that love don't live here. But I'm just saying,
that's the
I
fantasy.
yeah, I mean it's a fantasy, and and I'm not saying that you can't be in love with somebody who is of a different financial status than you, because absolutely you can. That happens. But to go out and look for that specifically, I think you're setting yourself up for some other things when you do that.
Thanks. Or you're a
Because
control freak.
because well, and I'm a control freak. See, so there is no way in hell I'm going to let a man come into my life and say, I'm paying all these bills for you. Because in my mind, you know what I mean? Like, I need to be able to make my movements on my own. Because, because the first time someone tells me that I need to shut up because they're paying my bills, oh, we gonna have a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Did I ever tell you about that guy? A guy that I met. This was several years ago. Um, doesn't matter how we met. Anyway, ultimately, this dude has a wife, right? And he was like, well, you know, you're trying to build your photography business. You're trying to do this. He was like, I can help you with that. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. You know what I mean? And I was like, and besides, what would your wife, think about any of this? You understand what I'm saying? You're married. Like, are you serious? And he was like, well, I take care of everything. I'm an engineer at Ford. She live good. She was no what he said. She sleep good. She dress good. She drive good. I take care of everything, so she don't have shit to say. I was like,
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of those guys who are like that, who feel like they're advancing your life. So many.
So you should shut the hell up and let them
You
do
should
it.
shut the hell up, right? Because
Yes.
that's the only reason why you living like this.
And that is what I'm saying. Because, and I'm not saying that every man, is like, every man that's paying bills is like that, because that's
No,
definitely.
but a lot of them are.
But, yes, and if you go in search of that, if that is your criteria, I need somebody to pay my bills. I need somebody to buy me clothes. I need somebody who's gonna buy me the latest bags, the latest pump, all this other stuff. You are setting yourself up for a world of hurt. Mark my words. If it's something you want in this world, go get it yourself. How about that? Go do that. Work towards it yourself. That way, nobody can take it away from you, and
That's the
nobody
key.
can use it
Nobody
to
can
control
hold
you.
over your head.
Exactly.
Because at whatever point they just decide they want another one that look just like you used to, you ass out.
Right. And there's that too.
Yep.
Because at that point you're just a commodity. If you're letting people buy and sell you, you know what I mean? If you can be bought, you're a commodity.
Yep.
And eventually commodities lose their value. And so
Shout out to everybody that was good looking when they were younger and now they're older and have fallen off and have to develop a personality. And you're 20, 30 years behind the regular looking people.
yeah, developing a personality in your 40s is not going to happen, just so you know. Or
They trying.
developing a personality that other people want to deal with in your 40s is not going to happen. It's just not. If you're an insufferable human being, you're not just going to change that in your 40s. So change that in your 20s. I don't.
I ain't gonna stick around and watch,
but
I'm saying it can happen.
Right. I'm saying you can pretend for a while, but the real you gonna always come out. And
They do say a person's personality is formed in the first 5 years, and after that you can change your ways, but not your nature.
yeah, they say that, but I don't know. I don't know about that.
I think I can look at most 5-year-olds and tell their whole life story after that.
You said you can.
Yeah.
I think you can tell a lot about them, But
I mean, not graphic details, obviously, but basic life path.
Well, I think a lot of your personality is more formed during puberty. Myself, I just do.
I think
Like,
puberty
I
and
feel
midlife crisis are both just trying the opposite of what you did up until that point.
I don't know about that either.
It's okay. You'll figure out I'm right later.
I won't. But, I mean, it's cute that you believe that.
This says women don't listen to men.
Yeah, we listen, but, you know.
Just don't give a fuck.
Then we decide you're wrong and we move on.
It's hard being always right. All right, we could call this an episode. We done read through like 10 fucking topics. If you like the show, tell friends, tell foes, tell hoes. And if you don't, tell everybody you know. It is the Threesome Podcast on Facebook and Instagram, the Threesome Pod on X. Holla at your peoples. We out here.
Peace.
Look, take that up with Elon. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, fuck Elon. Happy New Year, y'all.
Happy 2020.
Walk the dog.
Good luck with the lies you told yourself you was going to do.
All right.
Yeah,
tell us how many of y'all have come off already by the time this airs.
Right. I mean, can we get rid of resolutions altogether? I mean, I don't mind goals, but resolutions are bullshit. They just
Time is just a poorly devised theory anyway. Don't believe it.
All right. Well, I was going to say I'm going to walk the dog, but I'm not. I'm going to finish watching the game, and then I'm going to go walk the dog. So, let's go Lions.
A fucking star started off with a gym. Let me finish it off with... There's a lot of people walking around feeling like if they would have did something in their past differently, then they would be a better person right now. Concentrate on what you can do right now to make your life better in the future.
Yep. The past is the past. Can't change it.
Time only goes one direction.
You also can't ignore it. So, face up to y'all bullshit and keep it moving.
Fix it.
Bye, y'all.